Hey YouTube, Sukin Shinobi here with a review of the Kamen Rider Wizard, Wizard Action Please 01 of Kamen Rider Wizard in his flame style. So like the FMCS or the OCC or the WFC, we get the WAP series. WAP exclamation point, because it's exciting. Wizard Action Please. Please because, well, it's the magic word and that's Wizard's whole bit is the please thing. So yeah, here we are with the budget line, which really isn't a budget line, it's the only line outside of Figuarts, but of figures for Kamen Rider Wizard. And these have a very simple function. He lights up. That's all he does. That's his gimmick. So, I think there's a couple things they probably could have done about this line in terms of gimmicks. I mean, Wizard Action, they could have made one have like an interchangeable large limb for big, or have one include a little tiny version for small, or something like that. But they decided to go the simple route and just make a figure that lights up when you press a button on his chest. So, yeah. But regardless, the box is pretty nice. It's fairly small, compact, a little bit smaller than the FMCS toys since it's only the figure. The figure right there and Wizard Action Please 01 all up in there. Slash Strike, Kick Strike, Shooting Strike. He lights up. Yay! So these actually come with a very nice backdrop in the back of the package, in the way of this. Now granted, you can cut it out if you want to, but it does say Kamen Rider Wizard Flame Style down here. And I'm sure that the blue one is going to be, or the water style one's going to be blue and everything like that. So these actually make nice little backdrops for Wizard. If you can find a little way to set this up, then you can have him standing in front of his symbol, you can have him standing on his symbol, anything like that. So it does make a pretty nice little backdrop. Yeah, it's just a piece of cardstock, but I'm not even sure if they really would classify this as an accessory, but I still think it's kind of neat that it comes with a pretty neat little backdrop or stand for the figure. Accessory-wise, he simply comes with the WizarSwordGun in gun mode with the hand open already, so that's interesting of note. It's not painted all that well. It does have the red right here since this is Flame Styles. But yeah, pretty nice overall, even though this isn't really painted in the slightest. It's at least sized decently. And the WizarSwordGun in sword mode, which features no paint whatsoever outside of the hand, which is closed. So I'm not sure if the other ones are going to come with alternate versions of these, to where this is closed and this is opened, or whatnot, but you get these, so hooray. In terms of articulation of this figure, you got pretty much all the basic points that the FMCS series covered and everything like that we've been taking a look at recently. You have a simple pin swivel system up here, single joint right there, and then a rotation at the wrist. Plus you have the typical two little finger joints right there, because everyone loves those. So you can open the fingers, so you can grip the weapons and stuff. Swiveling at the waist, there isn't any sort of rotate or movement or anything, it's just a simple rotation. It's actually a different style of hip system down here. It's basically like a little swivelly system they got going on there. A swivel right there at the thigh. There is the bicep swivel. I didn't know if I mentioned that or not. Single joint right there at the knee, which kind of makes his knee look kind of weird, but that's fine. And then a ball and socket joint down here at the ankles, like all of the other figures. So pretty basic articulation, but it really hits all the points that you absolutely need to make a pretty interesting looking pose. So I have to give him props for that the figure actually has some pretty decent articulation. Detail-wise, it's got everything you possibly need. Granted, the flame ring is a big red blob. It does have some molding details in there. You can see the little visor on the ring. It's kind of hard to see on the camera, but it is there. And then a generic silver ring over on this side. The ring holder is just all silver circles. So it either has no rings or just all generic rings on there. And the wizard driver's little hand thing can't rotate, so I think that's a little bit of a bummer. It only comes with the one and it doesn't rotate, so you can't actually pose him trying to like attempt to do a kick strike or anything like that. So that's a little bit of a bummer, but this is kind of the default position, I guess, for most of these figures, so get stuck with that. But outside of that, the detail is very nice. It's got kind of a matte finish. I'm not sure if it exactly is or not, but it has a nice texture to it, I guess is what I'm trying to say. This is a soft rubber, so you can get some pliability out of it. It won't stay very well, so if you're trying to do like an upward pose of some sort, like trying to do a kick strike or something, it won't really hold. They'll slowly morph back. And again, if you put this guy in storage, be careful, because if this gets bent or something like that, it will hold this shape if it stays like that for quite a while. So keep that in mind when you're storing and posing this figure, that this is a very pliable material and it will hold its shape if it gets stuck like that for quite a while. So, the jewels on his chest are made of like a red translucent plastic, which look very nice with the metallic coating underneath it. And then the button is right here to make him light up. If we go ahead and turn the lights off. You can see it does glow very bright. In fact, all of the helmet details are now gone. But it does look pretty impressive in person. It's kind of a very weird gimmick choice, I think. But it's still cool nonetheless. I just don't really understand why they went with the light thing, considering Wizards' helmets never shined like that. It just kind of seems like a really weird choice. I mean, this feels like something more along the lines of Birth or something like that than Wizard. But regardless, this is a very, very nice figure. If you can't afford the Figuarts, and given the fact that Water, Hurricane, and Land are all Tamashii Web exclusives, meaning, hey, you're going to pay up the butt for them. Unless their prices dramatically decrease on the secondary market, which I think there is a chance of it happening, given how poorly all the other forms of like O's and Fourze did and stuff. I think there is a chance, but given the fact that they are Tamashii Web exclusives, regardless of if they go down in price, you're still looking at about $3,000, $3,500 or so per figure. Whereas these, if you get them at most places that offer a slight discount, you can get them for about $2,000 or so, even less. I know CS Toys has it for 30% off right now. That sale's ending soon, but there'll be more sales on the horizon. And then like Ami has it for $1,800 or something like that. So it's a very affordable figure line. It's about $20 a figure, which isn't that bad for import toys. So in terms of a budget line, I feel like these are a lot less fun than the FMCS and the OCC toys, just given how cross-compatible and exciting those figures were. But in a style all its own, the Wizard Action Please line does offer a very nice figure that can get quite a wide range of poses and everything for a fairly affordable price. And given the fact that the other forms aren't exclusive, I think that's definitely going to push people toward this line more so than anything, I believe. With O's and Fourze, all the forms were retail releases, so it was kind of an easy thing to get on the cheap. But with Wizard, with the forms being exclusive, I feel a lot of people are probably going to be taking a look at the WAP line that normally wouldn't, just for the affordability factor. So the fun factor of the gimmick line isn't there as much as previous years, but it's still a very nice figure that I do definitely recommend to Wizard fans. If you aren't a fan of Figuarts or you just can't really afford it, this is definitely a thing to look into, as it is a very stellar looking figure, and I do have to give my props to it. I will be buying the rest of the WAP line because I'm not sure when I'm going to be picking up the other Figuart forms. So I will be continuing to buy the Wizard Action Please line. So stay tuned for more of that. I think Water's up next. And then Hurricane and Land come out in December, I believe. So Very cool toys. I do recommend them. So you can check out shukanshobi.com for latest updates on my reviews and hauls. And of course, check out ridersrangersandrambles.com, the podcast bringing the latest token news in the craziest way possible. And of course, check out cstoysjapan.com for all your Kamen Rider Wizard merchandise needs. So, take care and have a great one. Bye.